The bottom line is that you can put the word tits in the game, and therefore it is a must buy.
Let's go!
Friday night, it is the game show here on the Stream.tv! Welcome, everybody! We're already into October, which is great. We have got some show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about Scribble Knots is our game of the week. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to play that. If not, maybe we'll give you a reason to. And then again, maybe we won't. Joining me, as always, the lovely Nicole Z.
Hello, thank you everybody for joining me again. We will be reviewing Scribble Knots for the Nintendo DS. I will of course be in the Stickam room with my stickers, and there are hundreds of you lurkers. Come in the chat room and say hi. I will have a top 7 list for you.
Top 7.
Hey, it's Queens.
He's
I am
back.
I am back. I can never quite get here.
You always say you're back.
Because I really am always leaving.
It's like your catchphrase.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm back.
I'm back.
Well, soon it's going to be the #1 internet streaming show about video games on the Stream.tv, if not already. I am very happy to introduce the senior reviews and previews editor for G4 TV, Sterling McGarvey.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us in the studio. Also hanging out with us over in the IM desk, it's the lovely Jess V.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I'm here looking at both chat rooms. I've got Justin and Stickam as well. In case anyone misses anything, I will be there.
Guys, let's get right into some combos, some quick hits of news that you might have missed this past week. Brian, let's drop some graphical magic on this shit. Yeah,
Whoa.
there it is.
Whoa.
Oh God, we're starting.
Ah.
Nintendo, Nicole.
It's me! I'm Nicole Bryan. Alright, so Nintendo! It just found out that Nintendo DSi games can only be downloaded once. The only way you can get them again is if you can prove to Nintendo somehow that your Nintendo DSi is broken. How you can prove it, I don't know. Also, new update for the Wii is bricking consoles. Broken.
Wait, so explain that. So it's kind of like iTunes, where if you download it once and you lose the file, you don't get it? But like Xbox remembers when you download a game,
Yeah,
right?
Xbox remembers you can recover your gamer tag other places, but with this, my question is, how do you prove your console's broken? Can't you just lie?
You'd probably have to send that in. I'm guessing that they're going to want you to send it in to prove to them that it's
So then
broken.
do they send you a new one? Because
It's
they
not
want
like the
it-
Xbox where it's like you tell them it's broken, they're like, yeah, of course it is. It's an Xbox.
Hater.
It doesn't seem that hard to break a DS.
Yeah.
If that's your goal in this whole mission, like it doesn't seem that hard to like drop it in the toilet. I don't know, like
Playing some Scribble Knots on the John.
It happens. It happens. So, and then also the Wii console, a new update, is killing people's consoles, and the update stops halfway through, and
then
Goodbye,
there's no
Wii.
more.
Shotch is saying it's really hard to break a DS. Do I have to do it right?
oh my god!
Twilight Seen It has been announced for
The
the
DVD,
DVD, the Wii, and the DS.
Like, really? They couldn't put a little more in the budget for the box art?
It does look kind of sad.
I could have made that. In paint.
I'm with Piston Hammer. Why are we talking about this? I heard you guys
Yes.
went on a huge tear about Twilight
We
last
did.
week. What happened?
Adam and Auntie Shock is saying Twilight can go to hell. Yeah, I agree. Twilight is the worst. Hopefully Chloe's not listening to this conversation.
But realistically, how good is this game going to sell? People are
very.
going to buy it. That's sad.
Do people buy this?
No, it's not. That's how, it's Konami putting it out. That's how they're gonna, finance the next Metal Gear. Let people buy Twilight. If it gets me more Kojima, shit.
Bring on Peace Walker.
Bring on the
Do your
glitter.
vampire trivia. I don't care.
Alright, Spore Trek. There is a new, EA and Fox are producing Spore movies. More video game movies, somehow about Spore, you create creatures and have civilizations. Somehow that's going to be a good plot. Chris Wedge is directing. He directed Ice Age and Robot.
Two absolutely
Mediocre
atrocious
movies
films.
at best.
I think those are some of my least favorite CGI
John
cartoons.
Leguizamo's in there, right? He's a sloth or something?
Oh, that makes it all better.
He's Luigi! Alright,
Not my Luigi.
other EA properties that have these deals are The Sims, Army of Two, Dante's Inferno, Dead Space, and Mass Effect, all of which have plots.
Yeah.
which is just, a minor detail that I think someone overlooked.
So this falls into the asteroids category of video games that are becoming movies for some fucking reason.
Someone
bought the rights to Tetris, right? Didn't that one go out also?
Really?
I think so.
Fox Play, actually, yes. No, I lied. I just lied just there.
Oh, they're doing the
That's a
independent.
lie.
It's the gritty version of Tetris. It's
Yes.
shot on like Super 8.
2 or 20. If they make Spore a teen melodrama, Gweeds will love it.
I will, but I don't like Twilight.
Fair enough. See, in my opinion, everybody gets their expectations so high for any movie that's based on a video game. Here we go, kids. You finally have a game movie you have no expectations.
The Incredible Machine is being re-released by GOG. Oh, it's CD Projekt's GOG.com. G-O-G.
Good old games.
Yes, you guys know what The Incredible Machine is? It came out in like 1993. Roll some footage of this, Brian. This game was
Please.
a game that Thanks. This was a game I loved. I played it it was like a DOS game. It didn't even work in Windows. It was it's almost like a precursor to Little Big Planet, with the way that it all sort of worked. It was really fun. Amazing puzzles. If you guys never played this game because you're 12, you should spend the $10 and get this game. It was just hours spent.
Although Nicole likes to point out that there are not enough explosions for her. So.
Right, that should at least be an option. Why not at least be an option?
To turn on explosions?
Yes.
Because I think it's a little bit more thinky
You
than
can
that.
think about explosions.
You need an explosion in your game. You need an
I
orgasm.
like having the option. Yes. Yes.
Cutting right to the point.
We gotta move on.
Hey, we're moving on. Guess what? EA's getting sued again. Big surprise. From Kotaku, new people are suing EA. This time it's not necessarily players, but GameSpot has found that a former North Carolina football player, a group for boxers, and a member of the Cleveland Browns Dog Pound are all going after EA for unauthorized use of likeness in various EA properties. Ryan Bishop of the Tar Heels is suing because a player with the same number, position, appearance, and even home state appears in the game without this guy's permission. In NCAA 10 is that game. The sports management group Fighters Inc. is suing EA for putting boxers that they represent into Fight Night 4, and they want $25 million out of that deal.
Yes, but is it art? There is a game that came out this week called Lose Lose. It's kind of a weird premise. Can you please roll some footage of this? Here is what's going on in Lose Lose. It looks at your hard drive and procedurally, I can't believe I got that out, procedurally generates aliens based on files on your hard drive. And as you shoot them and kill them, it deletes the file off of your hard drive.
That you have no idea what that file is.
Let me repeat, it is randomly deleting JPEGs and text files and system files off your hard drive. If you die, it deletes the game itself. What the fuck is going on in this game? It was made by this dude, Zach Gage, and I think the idea is here, the aliens don't actually shoot back. So it's kind of like an art installation where, why, just because you're given a gun, should you be firing at these things?
They are dive bombing you though, so that's a little bit of, that's threatening. That's threatening, right?
Depends who you ask. It actually reminds me of a crazy art exhibit I saw a couple of years ago where you step up to a huge platform on this massive screen and just push a button. This giant hand comes down on a group of hundreds of people marching and squashes them like grapes in a winery. it's like, and then as you keep doing it, it starts asking you the question, why are you doing this? Nobody did anything to you.
It's crazy. You can go to Zach Gage's website and you can see people who've played it and they have like high scores where some people have deleted like 39,000 files. It's like,
God.
I really hope that's like the computer at Best Buy, or something like that. It's like someone take it to the airport terminal.
Guys, that's combo.
And we are right now have an article featured on G4TV.com's The Feed. So if you want to go check that out and spam them with awesome comments about how awesome
Yes.
and awesome.
So Sterling McGarvey hanging out with us. What do you do at G4?
What do I do? I am the senior reviews previews editor, which lots of people say, oh, cool, you get to review games all day. No, it usually means that stuff comes in and then I type an email and say, who wants to review this? Not
you
me.
facilitate the reviews.
I facilitate the reviews process. So yeah, it's my job to find the right person for game reviews that you see on the site and distribute accordingly.
Do you ever reply to your own email saying, "Oh, I'll take it"?
I
You
wish.
could do it.
It's like kind of like throwing a football to yourself and then like hauling ass down the field and trying to catch it for yourself. It's a bit awkward.
How do you divvy it up? Is it by games that people like, or do you purposely sometimes give someone a game you know they might not like or a genre they might not be into?
You know, I've never thrown a genre at somebody who I think would absolutely hate it.
Okay.
You know, just as a general rule, I mean, as much as I like to make some people squirm sometimes and uncomfortable, you know, it's just going to result in bad feelings, especially from the audience, because everybody's like, why the hell this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, or, you know, God knows what else they'll come up with. We're being
That's
bribed
cool.
by somebody else
Yeah,
or whatever.
I
It's
think
not
that's
true.
fair. I mean, there's been plenty of times like you read even movie reviews where it's just like that person didn't get it. That movie wasn't necessarily made for them. So it's like I don't really want to hear their opinion.
And it's great that I guess that people read and they do recognize, you know, certain writers and reviewers' strengths, and they know when like what they're talking about, and they can follow and track that. That's cool. So how long have you been with G4?
I started with G4 about 4 months ago.
Okay.
Came down with some of my cohorts, Patrick Klepek, Andrew Pfister, former 1UP, former MTV multiplayer blog. I worked at GameSpy.com for 3.5 years as console editor. So, yeah, I was the PlayStation guy over there for a long time.
Rock on. So you saw that turn too. That was it. That was you when you started there. PlayStation was up on top, right? That was like undisputed king of console.
Yeah, PS2 was on high at that point, but you know, and then I was there throughout that last really, really great year. I'd say like 2006 was like the peak of PS2 everything, and then PS3 came out, and it was kind of rocky.
Yeah, it seems
And-
like it's getting a little bit better.
I mean, it's been better for a while.
2010, but whatever.
I mean, there's been some fantastic games to play. I know with like Uncharted 2 coming out, people have been saying, oh, well, you know, are there still going to be enough games for me to play on PS3? Absolutely. There's a back library of 3 years worth of awesome games to choose from.
Our game of the week, ladies and gentlemen, is Scribblenauts for the DS. We're gonna play a little bit. We got the trailer queued up. Let's show the folks at home the trailer. And they do mean everything. We lit a baby on fire with a flamethrower.
While riding a panda.
Yes, we even summoned God.
They keep
We
calling
summoned-
for it. They want a lot of God versus Satan in the room.
Yeah,
We
well,
did
Spoiler
that.
alert.
Yeah.
we know how that's gonna go down.
I'm going to steal credit when they did the live X-Play demo. Somebody typed in baby, and I immediately went, dingo! And then, sure enough,
Did it eat it?
yes,
Yes.
the dingo eating the
Way.
baby was all me. Now
That's
we're going to
great.
go to work, and everybody's going to be like, you selfish asshole.
That is great. Yeah, people are going to be coming up with combinations in this game forever. Or at least a while. I mean, it's a puzzle game, it's an action game, it's really a fun pick up and go portable experience. It makes me use part of my brain I don't usually use during gaming.
Yeah.
It's not response and reflection, it's just kind of like you need to know words.
Vocabulary.
Actual words.
Yeah.
Vigo in the Carp in the chat room says that Stoner and Nerd is the same sprite, which is weird because Gamer and Virgin are the same sprite.
Indeed they are.
So,
The game uses a lot of very similar looking sprites to save on that, but it is funny where you find those parallels. It's like an inside joke. It's kind of like an Easter egg. We were all playing before and we noticed like we just kept calling out things that are in other video games. That was like our first reaction was like get a shotgun, get a flamethrower, put some zombies in it. And
get
it's
a
just like
chainsaw.
yeah, like that's where our brain goes. You can put anything.
There's the wood chipper.
Oh, he's going in.
Oh.
I think it's fantastic in a lot of ways, the theories behind it and what you can do. And yeah, your imagination is, hopefully it's limitless. I found that I think most people I know who've played it seem to have a vocabulary of 20 words for problem solving. But it's supposed to be
Jetpack.
limitless.
Yes.
But I guess the thing is, yeah, it's like jetpack for everything, wings for this. No, not so much. But my thing is, you always have this great idea in your head for how you're going to solve this puzzle, and then all of a sudden the game's like, no, that's not going to work.
Guys, Raging Saint is asking for a Dingo versus God showdown.
I'm pretty sure God's gonna win.
God's pretty nasty.
I got 20 on the dingo.
Sterling, what are you playing right now that you're really into, or is there something other than like, say Uncharted 2 that you're really looking forward to coming out?
Oh, actually, I just finished Uncharted a couple of nights ago, Uncharted 2, and it's a fantastic game. I can't recommend it enough. As for what I'm playing right now, I'm working on FIFA 10. I really, I'm a huge soccer fan. Everybody in the office knows that. I'm pretty hardcore about it, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. So far, I'm just kind of getting used to how it plays. A lot of they undid the whole dribbling system, so I'm used to like my 8-way dribbling. Juke the ball past a guy. Hopefully, he's stupid enough to slide in, then he gets a card. That kind of thing. They've undone it, so. It's a lot to get my head around, but I know over in Europe it just came out, and a lot of the game critics over there, some friends of mine who work for publications, they're raving about it. So,
how deep do you get into it? Do you like mess with all the sliders and stuff? Do you go for realism? Do you have like presets that you like in FIFA?
My style, how I play it is, especially when I play online, I like turning off the assisted passing, because usually what'll happen is some kid will just pick like Manchester United, some like 5-star team, and then they'll just like start rocketing goals in just because they're playing with all the assists turned on, one of the best teams in the world, and they're just playing to just rack up the score sheet. I want to play and like be challenged and have somebody on equal footing with me. So I turn on manual, and then it's like a 3-legged sack race when you're drunk.
Were you coming up with things that weren't in the dictionary?
Inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice keyboard cat.
Will there be downloadable content? I mean, is the
say yes.
DSiI capable of that? Have there been packs before?
A dictionary update?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I think like with the limits of DS versus DSi crossover, I think they'd have to release it as like a downloadable game, which I hope they do more of with the DSi. I think it's got a lot of potential to do the kind of stuff they're ideally doing with WiiWare, kind of doing with the PSP now that the Go is out. Like, I just want more downloadable games, and I think there's a good opportunity for it.
I think there's a great potential in this for a versus type thing going on, where maybe you both have an objective, and it's not like just solving a puzzle together. I mean, there probably could be great co-op opportunities, but even something where you just are sort of
In
stacking against
reality,
each
you
other.
want to fight your friends.
Frenchman2600 has got a fun suggestion. He wants to summon a printer and go all Office Space on it. So I'm thinking printer, and then we're gonna need baseball bat.
You can do C4 to spell out 4, just FYI, and you can have nukes.
Kraken, Altar Boy versus Priest.
Oh no!
Let's go there. Nielsen31 wants to know if there's potential for this to be an iPhone game.
Yeah.
There's no reason why this game couldn't work on an iPhone.
Except for the clunky controls, but I guess that goes.
Hey guys, damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Yes, there it is.
Yeah!
I love it.
I gotta say though, what I really see the future for this game being would be a Wii version.
Because even yesterday, when the 4 of us were playing together on a DS, we were still all yelling things out with the little tiny screen. We were still trying to all play together. So
You get
there's so much
excited.
potential there.
It's like a totally different sandbox game. It really is weird when you start to think about just like what you could put into it without even playing the puzzle or the action stages. So this is a different puzzle stage. So you can see where you got to get to the star. High road, low road.
There was a puzzle where you had to like kill a fish, and like the fishing pole didn't work, and I tried poisoning the lake, so I got a whale. Basically, I killed everything.
Yeah, you got a whale, and then you brought in a harpoon gun.
If you can,
And the whale did make
saw-
sad noises.
which is sad because I break for whales. So
Well, apparently you also
harpoon
harpoon them
them.
to death.
Bun Bun's saying the flying spaghetti monster is in it, which I want to see.
Oh, really?
I love the FSM.
And Craig J. Hayes is saying the game looks like a gimmick, interesting and intriguing at first, but gets old very fast.
I don't know if
I
I'd
don't know if I
go
agree.
that far.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
it's not a
definitely
gimmick.
It's one of those games. Like, it's got its moments where you kind of go, oh, I wish I could do more of that. But in general, like, once you have that moment where you have your breakthrough, you're like, oh my god, this game is fantastic. There's so many moments like that throughout the game. I mean, ideally, yeah, it seems like a gimmick, but if you use more than 20 words, then you're gonna have a blast.
And they do things like when you beat a challenge stage, they'll ask you to go back through. Oh wait, we got the flying spaghetti monster. Let me see, Jess.
He's chasing me.
Oh, that's
That's
not
not
the
the flying spaghetti monster.
that's like where the wild things
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I killed that chinchilla.
Oh, the chinchilla finally died.
Wow, he is. Call God, call God. He is like your ultimate
Pray.
protector.
He is.
Get him, God. Yeah!
Fantastically original, captivating, innovative, revolutionary, ambitious, insanely deep, must-have, mind-blowing, most original, genius. And one of the most award-winning games of E3. Answer the call of Scribble Knots?
People are saying this is one of the biggest games. The
Has the
hype
right
is
stuff.
big. It's hard to say bad things about it. It's one of those games that you can't compare it to anything else. Really, like you can talk about other Fifth Cell games, like they made Drawn to Life, where it was kind of quirky in its own way, where you drew the enemies and the hero and all sorts of stuff. But it's one of these games that, just because it's being universally loved, is it a game of the year? Can we have a platformer or a little, a portable game be? Does it have a shot?
I don't think a Nintendo DS game could compete with a console game. I mean, I'm not saying it's a great game, and maybe, I don't know. We'll get back to Game of the Year discussion later.
Nicole, what's going on with the stickers?
Well, Astrophysics said that the game is definitely a buy for him. Some people are still arguing over the release date. It did come out September 15th. It is out. If you want to play it, it is definitely out.
So obviously you can't do proper, you've got the trademark issues and stuff like that. Nicole, we did try and get around it with words that might be a little bit dirty.
Lightsaber. We decided to try out some other type of words. We have the top 7 not so dirty words in Scribble Knots.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so Scribble Knots markets itself as a game where you can type in almost any, well, they say any word, but it's almost any word. We immediately tested all the dirty words possible. Here are the top 7. Number 7, Spring Peeper. Go ahead, say it now with me. Green Peeper, can we?
Green Peeper?
It's a fun one to say. It's not what you think it is. It's a frog. It's really disappointing, I know. But here's a fun fact for you. In Massachusetts, they call it Pinkeltinks. So
Also
dirty.
vaguely disturbing.
I know.
and
So if
dirty.
that's a word you want to use for things that are small, go ahead. 6, faglong. Again, not what you think it is. It's actually funner. It's funner. It's actually a fretted boat lute, which is I'm told is a instrument made of beeswax, but faglong. That's what it's called. Number 5, the blue-footed booby, which I actually knew what it was before I typed it because I used to watch Discovery Channel. It's still fun to say booby, and it has blue feet, so fun times. Number 4 is it's pussy. That can be typed in. This may come as a surprise to you. Root word is puss, means cat.
Wait, what was that one
Pussycat.
again?
Pussy.
Soundboard. Just wanted to get that in the clear.
Good. All right. So really?
There's not enough pussy talk.
Is that really that funny?
Yes.
Because it's a cat. It's a cat.
Out of context, it's hilarious.
But it's in context.
All right.
3. Finger fun. You can type in finger fun. Yes. So you that was a surprise to me as well. Not again though, not what you think. Apparently, Chinese finger traps are also called Mexican finger fun. I swear to God,
Wow.
Mexican finger fun. So
That's my idea of a good time.
yeah, game show endorsed. So number 2 is just cock words.
Like,
Words that involve cock. We got a watercock, unfortunately, type of bird. We got cockernut, which is just a coconut. And then we just got straight up cock, which is just a
And
rooster.
shuttlecock.
Oh, we have shuttlecock, of course.
Any guesses for number 1 in the chat rooms?
Can we
Yeah,
add?
let's see what we got
Kind
here.
of dirty words that aren't necessarily.
Billy's not a dirty word.
They really can't get over the fact that she said cock.
Yeah.
It's a
Or
rooster.
number 20, straight up cock.
Straight up cock. Well,
There it is. Fucking the message, the soundboard is growing leaps and bounds.
we never use the soundboard anymore.
wow.
Haven't heard Kablam Jam in years.
Anal.
Number.
Anal's not.
We didn't try that.
It's not
Maybe
a
later.
dictionary, I
Maybe
do.
later. Oh, correct. Weeds check.
I
Number
try every
1.
night.
Number 1. Alright. Titty words. Words with tit.
Yay!
Yes, because that's hysterical. So we've got scrub tit, which does not involve scrubbing tits. It's a bird. We got Titanoba, which is a Titanic boba. or boa. It's a giant snake, which isn't as cool as it sounds. And Tit Babbler.
Tit
I've
Babbler.
met a few of
Babbler.
those in my time.
Haven't we all?
What
though?
is a tit babbler?
It's another boring bird. There are some perverted bird names out there. If that's one thing you take from tonight's show, it's birds are dirty.
Dirty bird.
Dirty birds. You're welcome.
Top 7 semi-dirty words in Scribble Knots. Guys, what do you think? Rent by pass. I mean, personally, if I had a DS, I would buy this game, but again, I'm not going to buy a DS solely for Scribble Knots. So, Nicole?
I have a DS, so I'd say buy with this game. You can expand your vocabulary. At first, you're gonna play it, and all you're gonna use the 20 words you know. But it's gonna challenge you to pick new things and kill things in other ways. And I think as a gamer, I did try to reenact the video games. But as a non-gamer, this is gonna be a really fun game to get you into the genre.
Mr. Guida, there is no anal. Is that a turnoff for you?
Yeah. No, I'm still gonna buy it. I think it's a great game. I'm always up for a new game experience. But what I really want to hear is Sterling's take. I want to know, like, bottom line here. What do you think? You know, what's your take on this game? What are you telling people?
The bottom line is that you can put the word tits in the game, and therefore it is a must buy. No, in all seriousness, Scribblenauts is a fantastic game. It's a clever game. I think it's absolutely worth trying. If you do have a DS, I can't think of a reason not to recommend it. In spite of what may frustrate you, it can reward you just as much if you try something different. I summed it up by saying it's like the Peace Corps. It's like the toughest game you'll ever love.
It'll do good things for your character. Buy it. Buy it if you have a DS.
It's Pac-Mobilia! Taken from the archives, there's a piece of Pac-Man memorabilia. If you can guess what it is, you are gonna be potentially a winner of an Xbox 360. Let me get these clues out here really quickly. It's been a long night. They only ever made one of these for Pac-Man stuff, but for other stuff, they do this every year. In the middle of this object is a coil 4-to-1 pitch hole pattern. This is not to be confused with a tourist brochure for a town in South Wales, Australia. The star of this, the 7th guest unreleased game, or the final boss in Little Big Planet could have used one of these. And I use this to keep track of all the Pac-Mobilia that I have and see what's authentic.
While you are tweeting your guesses to @thestream.tv, guys, it is getting close to the end of the year, which means inevitably Game of the Year talk. Scribblenauts seems like it's definitely a contender, but we've got some other really interesting titles that have yet to be released. Sterling, as he was saying before, played through Uncharted 2, which everybody loves. Everybody's just talking so highly about that game. I cannot wait to get my hands on it.
How does it end? How does it end, Sterling?
Yeah, spoiler alert!
It ends awesome.
Left 4 Dead 2 is coming out as well.
Lufer is saying Modern Warfare 2 Game of the Year guaranteed.
Well, guaranteed. It
it.
definitely,
No.
it looks pretty
Really
badass,
nice.
but
Ice pick.
driving on a snowmobile.
Sold.
Justin in the rooms is saying Infamous. Don't forget about Infamous.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
game of the year.
Meh.
Best game he's played in years. Cole says no. Jim says yeah.
I love that
I
game.
mean, Infamous is so... I don't know. I don't know enough people have played it.
I mean, I know plenty of people who played it. I don't think that was a problem like a couple of years ago when everybody was all over Gears of War. Not everybody had a 360. Everybody, like, I was all over Gears of War. My friends were all over it. And I knew people who didn't have a 360. They came over to my house to play Gears of War.
I bought my first Xbox 360 for Gears of War.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
my
mean,
third, by the way.
I think there's definitely space for a console exclusive to be Game of the Year. I don't see why it should just be limited to something that everybody can play on every single platform. Isn't that the purpose of like a good exclusive, to get you to want to buy that console or whatever?
And was that Infamous? Was Infamous? I mean, I can. If anything, I can see Uncharted 2 being that console seller. I don't see people buying a PS3 for Infamous.
No, but I think it's one of several factors. I don't know if I would say it's like the Game of the Year, but I think it definitely is a contender. I think it's very high up there.
Winners coming in. There's only 3 winners this week. I got you guys for the first time. White T Faquad, Discord Man, Sue Fayen, Clayford XD. A lot of new names in there. Haven't seen you guys around. Thank you for checking us out. You all guessed a Pac-Man collector's guide. Sort of collector's book, a little bit of trivia. It's got all sorts of fun stuff. I think I've brought some of this stuff in before. This is really wild. Check it out. Pac-Man sleeping gear. Oh, she's hot.
Do you own like most of those things.
I do own a lot of this. Look at this girl. Look at her. That is my dream.
Wait a minute, that's to bring her in as Pac-Mobilia one day.
Guys, just want to say thank you for hanging out with us on Friday. Thank you so much for Sterling for coming on the show. It was so awesome to have you. You are welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
So please stop by. Guys, make sure you hit up g4tv.com. Check them out. Give them some love. Go to the message board. Go to the stream.tv. Go to drinkevo.com. Come join us next week, next Friday, the game show.
I'm Nicole. Thank you for watching Buckbeak.
Oh, hi. Bye, Jess.
Mwah.
Goodbye, microphone.